The asteroid base was located halfway between the IMC homeworld and the red planet full of colonists. At the time, it was no more than a refueling depot. Today, it is a full-fledged military base located on the most direct trade route between the two planets. This is the story of the Battle of Asteroid Base. The date is September 5th, 2161. The IMC flagship Endeavour and her sister ship, the Excelsior, were escorting a convoy of cargo ships on their way to the colonies when they stopped to refuel. Upon refueling, the IMC flagship pinged an unidentified vessel on their radar. Both frigates then went to red alert. They detected a squadron of 5 pirate fighters headed straight for the convoy and knew they had to be intercepted. The Sabre-class frigates had limited defenses, but they each carried 3 fighters of their own. Within minutes, the Stingers formed up to take on the attacking fighters. 2 pirate fighters were shredded by the attacking Stingers. Another was quickly dispatched by the frigate's defense grid. The remaining 2 fighters retreated back to their ship, and both sides began to assess the damage. Half of the IMC fighters were damaged during the initial engagement and were taken out of the fight for repair. The remaining pirate fighters knew they were no match for the combined defenses of both frigates. The IMC flagship finally identified the pirate vessel as a Cerberus-class destroyer, an immense fortress which carried more firepower than both frigates combined. Both the Endeavour and Excelsior's captains knew they were no match for this ship, but they also knew they could not surrender the convoy or the refueling depot. They were in a potentially deadly standoff. So they made a distress call to IMC Command. They waited 5 days before backup arrived. September 10th, 2161, IMC Command sent a now declassified ship, codename Magnum, to sneak behind the enemy ship and disable it using gravity torpedoes. Given that the Cerberus was all ion propulsion, and its engines were in a blind spot for its turrets, it was easily crippled by the Magnum. However, the remaining pirate fighters intercepted the Magnum, and it did not escape unscathed. After dealing with the remaining fighters, it was forced to drift back to friendly territory. With the destroyer crippled, the frigates unleashed every bit of firepower they had. The onslaught lasted over 2 days. After finally losing power, the Cerberus was left adrift. Everyone thought they could breathe a sigh of relief, but the fight was not over. Suddenly, one of the cargo ships broke formation from the convoy and unleashed fury from hidden rocket launchers. It then rammed into the Excelsior and detonated a warhead. After taking critical damage, the Excelsior's captain ordered all hands to abandon ship, but he stayed behind to move the ship to a safe distance before its reactor blew. On September 13th, 2161, at 15:30 hours, IMC 1013 Excelsior was destroyed. It had only been 2 weeks since the Excelsior left the lunar shipyard. Her captain was the only casualty on the IMC's side. Its crew was later returned to the IMC moon base for reassignment. This incident forced the IMC to start research and development into better weapons and defenses. IMC Archive, End Log. I'd like to thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and please feel free to check out my other videos, like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like to see in the future.